Good evening, folks. And tonight we're going to talk about Ohio State and their current situation on defense. Ohio State has played, and same with Michigan. Michigan's done pretty good themselves. It's going to be very interesting how things are looking. The current situation going on and up in both places, it's very interesting. The defenses have really proven to be a thing. Michigan is just 111 yards off of last year's team right now from where they were at this point last year. Now, we'll just have to see how that turns out with Ohio State. If they go past where they were last year. If not, then who knows where that'll go. Now, as of Ohio State, they are beyond that. They're beyond that point. They actually are at They went to 2,000. They were at 2,659 last year after they played Indiana, and they are at. Let me flip the page here. They're at 2,273. So they're lower than what they were last year on yards allowed. So if Ohio State can do very well, then I see a big time victory here. If Ohio State can hold Michigan below their total yardage, then we can see that. Now, with that being said, let's look at the numbers from this year. Both teams' yardages this year versus each other. Now, don't get me wrong. Ohio State's worst game was Texas, allowing 336 total yards despite winning. Now, Michigan, their worst game was probably USC, allowing 489 total yards. But Ohio State, their best game was probably Wisconsin, allowing only 144 total yards. Michigan's best game, I would probably say, was Central Michigan, only allowing 139 total yards. But despite having a smaller amount of yardage, I still think Ohio State has the upper hand. I still give Ohio State's defense the upper hand in this game because the amount of yardage, they've been inconsistent on large amount of yardage versus consistency. We'll do the consistency numbers here. First game, 336 total yards allowed, based on Michigan's 267. So it looked like they would do good. Now, Oklahoma, 408. Central Michigan, 139. Nebraska, 351. Wisconsin, 252. USC, 489. Washington, 289. Michigan State, 305. Purdue, 276. Northwestern, 245. Maryland, 347. That is what we have here. So that's what we have here. That leading up to a total of 3,368 total yards allowed for Michigan. Now, you look at Ohio State, 336 against Texas, 166 with Grambling State, allowing 181 for Ohio, 234 for Washington, 162 for Minnesota, 295 for Illinois, 144 for Wisconsin, 200 for Penn State, 186 for Purdue, 222 for UCLA, 147 for Rutgers. So you literally almost every game was under 200 except for Texas, Washington, Illinois, UCLA, and Penn State. Penn State relied more on a running game than they did a passing game. Now, Michigan will probably most likely play more of a running game than they will a passing game, considering Ohio State has always seemed to have a hard time stopping the game, always stopping the run game. So we'll just have to see what goes on. If Ohio State can stop the run game, great. I think it'll be a victory for Ohio State. Most likely that's what's going to happen. So with that being said, hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace. And go Buckeyes.